Hostile plant, hostile plant. What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me. It is your host, LoGames here, and today we will start a brand new Let's Play series on a brand new world of Astroneer. Now, this is a game that I've been playing for a little over half a year now and have absolutely fallen in love with it, so without further ado, we will begin. Right off the bat here, you are served with a shelter and a landing platform. This landing platform comes with 3 cargo. You can just get it just like this, and in there is an oxygenator, a medium starting printer, and a starting platform, which I believe is a medium platform A or B, or just medium platform. Well, not really important, I guess. You can pop these open just like so. And if you take this guy here, put him inside that slot there, that allows you to tether away from your base like this, giving you oxygen while you're not away. Because if you do not have oxygen, as you can see, that little bar there on my back is lowering. And as soon as it gets empty, you will run out of oxygen, and unfortunately, your astronaut will die. So, it's very important to keep oxygen running to yourself. Along with that oxygenator, like I said, comes a medium printer and the starting platform. If you put them together, like so, and put them, let's just say right here, and plug them into the power unit, which the shelter, I do believe, gives off 0.5 points of power. Not awesome right off the bat, but that's what we will go out scavenging around this world for, is power sources. Or we'll eventually end up building some, which there is so much that I am excited to share with you guys. But this will let us print sort of things, you know, all of these things, all these fancy things. Perfect. And right off the bat here, what I'm going to do, what I do in every starting world, is I go out and I scavenge. I see what is around me. What can I grab? What can I bring back? We're looking for power sources. We're looking for resources. We're looking for anything that we can. Anything that will help us start this starting base. So, without further ado, I'm going to quickly go grab all that, and I will see you in just a few seconds. Let's go. So, we have been a very, very busy bee. As you can see, all of this here is from a few trips back and forth between scavenging and research gathering, and we have managed to gather ourselves quite a bit of research here, and that is all thanks to nodes like this. So while you're out gathering and you're out grabbing all your resources and things like that, keep your eye out for little nodes around that grow on the fauna on these planets. Like these here, I believe they grow in a bush. These grow on a little shrub, and then other ones can grow on stalagmites or stalagmites. Those are these ones, and then as well as these ones. And each of them, you know, they don't give you much. Like this one here gives us 59, but you know, if you, as you can see, if you just go out gather, you know, while you're out resource gathering, you can get quite a bit of these. And alternatively as well, if you want, you can take these here and put them in, where is it? I believe it's in this one. Yeah, right here. So the research chamber. So we're going to take these and put them in there and to see how much we get out of that, as well as you put these inside those, and I believe each one's like 500 to 400, but that's a good amount of research right there. But I also left one packaged so you can see. So right now there's a cheer event going on, and with that you can find these packagers just scattered about this planet, like in these little areas here with these little tins. And when you do that, you can take these, put it on here, and package it back up, making it a single tier item like these, which go on your backpack. Much easier storage, much faster to gather yourself a lot of these research items, which you are going to need later on in the game. Other things to go and grab while you're out, and if you're a first-time player, you want to grab things like resin. That'll help you build platforms, various base items, as well as compound. Those are all found out in the world, both of which, so if you see here, these are resin. Compound is just over the hill here. You know, gather those up. Those are a pretty important resource, as well as organic. That all can be gathered just by simply, you know, grabbing some plants here and there. You'll see it packed up in my little gun there. As well, you should probably go and find yourself some laterite. That'll turn into aluminum. Aluminum, and you'll find that just below in the cave systems here. With it, you should also try and find various bits of base building power. So each of these produce, I want to say 1 unit. Yeah, 1 unit of power, but doesn't sound like much, but it will help provide us some power in the base. With these as well, you can always package them up, make them a single tier item, and allow it to carry on your backpack. And batteries we did find out there, because right now we're only producing 0.5, right? Just from this hub itself, or hab itself. So we'll be able to put these out on platforms, get some base power going. These batteries will help store some of that power. Those definitely a useful thing to find right off the bat, because we don't have anything unlocked as of right now. But we will go over that. We will get, you know, what the idea was to unlock right away, get a small base going, and we'll move on from there. So we are going to take a quick look into our inventory, or our tablet here. We do have 7,166 bytes, which is a pretty decent amount. Now the things that I would go for right away, things that are going to help you build your base. You're given the large printer, but then right away you want to unlock your smelter, because this will give you the ability to smelt down your resources into its refined counterpart. Soil centrifuge is something that we will eventually be using quite heavily with research gathering, just because this machine is almost broken in this game. You can get a whole lot out of it just from the dirt that's surrounding your base. So we're definitely going to unlock that guy. You definitely want to grab yourself some sort of new platform. I like to go for these platform Bs just because it holds that 4-tier slot right in the middle there, and then on each side you have that 2-tier slot allowing for extra storage. Definitely super helpful later on in the game. We will eventually build into getting huge platforms, but that is beside the point. I would encourage you get yourself a small shutter right off the bat. That is going to allow us space travel from here and there. It does take 2 ammonium to build, but we have that over here sitting in laterite, as I said, so we'll get all that set up. And what else should we unlock right away? We should always try to grab the auctioneer. Now this allows you to, I mean, we do have this one here, and this one is plug and play. You can remove it and put it back in, but it doesn't let you, you know, leave it there, because we're going to need it back here to get tether power from our base, because as you can see, you remove it, lose tether power, put it back in, you get your tethers back. So each planet we're going to definitely want our own auctioneer on. That way we can, you know, branch off from there, do what we got to do. But let's get back into what are we unlocking. Now, a few of the other things that we wanted to unlock were, right off the bat here, you're definitely going to want to grab yourself the drill mod, because heading to Glacio, which we are going to do, a few of the a few bits of the terrain there are not cannot terraform it with just the standard drill. You are going to need the drill mod on top, which I do believe takes ceramic. So let's find it real quick. Right there. It does take ceramic, so we'll have to get that. And I think I do have, yes, I do have some clay in there, which we will smelt up. Perfect. So there we are. We have went through 7,000 bytes, and with that, we are going to start base building. So here we go. Let's get busy with it. Alright, so we're going to do that little test quick. So, right off the bat, one of these are 32 in there. But if you were to put it in here, I mean 120, but it takes 10 minutes. So, in a sense, you could, you know, double it. But it does take a little more time to research. So, we are just going to continue on with this base building, and I will catch you right after. And the final piece of the puzzle. Alright, so we're going to grab ourselves the oxygenator real fast, which is somewhere in here. Oxygenator, there it is. Ceramic and aluminum. So we'll grab one ceramic, one aluminum. Go ahead and get that bad boy printed up. Bam, bam. Wait, thank you, ma'am. Now, we're going to package this guy out here. We're going to take that one with us. We are going to remove one of these because we are going to need that oxygenator. And now what I've done so far is I went out on the tractor here and gathered up some, actually I'm going to do this too so I can have a beacon. Went out and gathered some more power base things, as well as gotten ready to go to Glacio, because on Glacio in the next episode we will be grabbing a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of research so we can unlock all these other sorts of enjoyable things. Before we leave, I did want to explain a little bit with what we did with the base here. So we took all of that big mess and we formed this. Now this is nothing fancy, nothing special, but it will get us through the beginnings of the game. So we have our power set up here, a few turbines, a few batteries to help produce power when these are not running, because they store power, which is nice, and then a few small solars. With that, we just have our one research because, you know, we're small trickle, but where we're going, we don't need roads. No, just kidding. We just don't need these running at all full capacity at all times, so we'll just go gather bytes there. We have our small little smelter setup. These will eventually get bigger. I do have ideas for that, but for now the one will do, and we have our things all smelted up here. I do think we have one sink. I'm not sure I want to bring that with. We're going to be fine without it. And we have our large printer, which is used to make this bad ombre here. Take that, print that up. That's how you get your shuttle. And then you have the soil centrifuge, which we will be getting into later in the episodes, because this machine will be our main focus for a little while, because it lets us take dirt, turn it into compound, resin, organic, clay, quartz, graphite, ammonium, and right back to compound. So you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's a lot of resources that can come out of this one machine, all based off of dirt. So, without further ado, I'm gonna hop into our shuttle here and blast off into orbit. Our first ever space travel in this Let's Play series. So, ladies and gentlemen, Glacio, which is for some reason is not sure. There we are. Glacio. We are going to get tons and tons of resources from this planet. In the orbit now of Glacio, where shall we land? You know, it's actually not looking too promising for points of landing. Just speed up here. Let's get to the other side of the planet. Now, rotation is something they added in the newest update, which super thankful for. Super awesome. It does help get around the planet much faster, and we are really not seeing any of these. What's going on? Okay, there's one. I guess we'll just take that one. We'll call it good. So we'll land there, not too far from the gateway either. Here's Glacio, ladies and gentlemen. Awesome start here. Look at this. We have a small battery and a solar right off, or medium wind right off the bat. That's going to produce some decent power for us. So that's going to be awesome. So what we're going to do right away before we end this episode here is we are going to get a small, just starter base setup going. These are pretty decent bytes right off the bat there. We're going to grab this, open that up. We're going to take these out, get our oxygen going. Alright, cooperate with me, cooperate. Thank you. Grab our beacon, get that printing. Alright. So we got the oxygen filter here. We're going to just put this on the edge. Alright. Small little base structure set up. Grab this guy, put him there. Goodness. Lock this in place over there, doesn't fish with me. There we have power. We are producing oxygen. Put that there. And one more here. Alright. So there is our small starter base setup. We're going to throw a beacon down. And we're going to do red because this is just temporary. Red will be our temporary color. Then I do want to go take a quick scavenge before we end this. See what we can't find around here because this is going to be our base for the next episode. So we gotta prep it and get it ready to go. See what we can't find here. Researching things. Now these are what I was talking about. These here are a pretty hefty penny, I do believe. So we'll be taking that back with us. In fact, just package it up now. Just like so. Leave him next to the base. It is really cold out here though. Whoa! Hostile plant, hostile plant. So we can't take him out of the picture there. There we go. Some resin. That's not where you're supposed to go. Okay, I think that's going to do it for us today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please leave a like. If you really want to, comment on it. Share it with your friends. Let the world know, because we are out here starting a brand new Astroneer Let's Play. This episode 1 was a lot to take in. It was a lot of grinding, but I'm so glad that we got through it. And in the next episode, we'll be looking forward to tons and tons of bytes. This number is going to go through the roof. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Your host, LoGames, signing out.